Let me get your computer is at a 45-degree angle, Pac-Man. Turn them away from you. Whatever it looks like for you to not look at your computer. You're not doing that right now.
What's right here?
I can go now? No.
Yeah.
All right, thank you, Alexa. All right, schedule. This is what we're looking at for this week and moving forward. Yes, we had to make an adjustment because we had the high school visitors yesterday. However, the memorization opportunity to get the points today, if you want, still up there, right? So today you are doing two things. Today you are showing me that you have an annotated speech saying, this is where I'm going to move, right? For some of us, it's a little bit easier. For some of us, like doing football, oh, this is where I'm going to pretend to throw a football, right? For some of us, it's like, oh, at this point, I'm going to talk about something very big, so I'm going to open my arms and say, oh, it's so big, it's the world, right? You're going to literally write down something that you're physically doing. You have access to this. It's already there in the same document. These are exemplars. We have one student who put it in and highlighted it in here in the green, and they wrote down exactly what they're going to do in the speech, right? If you don't want to do it like that, some students annotated their own speech and said, right here I'm going to count my fingers, right here I'm going to do this with my hand, right here I'm going to do this with my hand. You have access to that. Essentially, you have to plan different moments where you're going to do what with your body, with your hands. That way you're not up here and just doing this the whole time. Or you're not like Bart and saying, I did stuff with my hands. He did this for a minute and a half last time. I'm like, what are you doing, right? So you're being purposeful, right? You're being purposeful. Questions about the movement plan? You're coming up to me and you're showing me, Ms. Sazo, look, this is my movement, right? 6 to 8, right? If I'm you, I'll go for 10, but I only need 6 to 8 for the grade. No question?
No.
Cool. If you're not doing that, if you already showed me that, or you get that done really quickly, you're also using this time to rehearse, right? Rehearse. Like I told you, I gave you memorization tips. That's available for you as well. I added another one for today. Raise your hand if you believe you have your speech pretty much completely memorized. Raise your hand. Completely memorized. Raise your hand. Cool. Raise your hand if you're like, yo, with some more practice, I think I can get it in a day or two. Awesome, right? So this memorization tip is chunking, right? Notice here, I gave you different options. If you have not memorized your speech, this is a strategy you can do to help you memorize your speech. Let me tell you why before we look at this, real quick. ABCs. We all know our ABCs. Raise your hand if you know your ABCs. Awesome. Take your book back off. Cool. What comes after O? What comes after O? That took a long time. What comes after N? Okay. What comes after D? You know your ABCs. Why did it take you about a second and a half to get there? Because we know our ABCs. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Raise your hand if you've ever had to say the ABCs to get to what's after, like P, right?
Yeah.
S. Raise your hand if you ever did that. I've done that before, right? Because we memorize things all together, right?
Yeah.
And that's great, but it's not effective. We want to memorize our speech at all points. So what we're going to do is practice our speech at all different points. So if you have not memorized your speech, you're going to read the whole speech 3 times. Then you're going to read the first half 3 times or 2 times. Then you're going to read the second half 2 times. And finally, you're going to read the whole speech again. You're going to try to memorize it at different parts. Or if you've already memorized your speech, right? If you have memorized your speech, same thing. You're going to try to say your speech fully through, like 3 times. You're going to try to say the first half. You're going to try to say the second half. And you're going to try to say it again a couple times, right? Those are different ways. I'm not going to ask you to do it. I'm not going to check if you're doing it. I'm not going to yell at you if you're not. This is an example. This is an example for you to get there. Because as somebody who has, memorized many poems, this has helped me. If you are advanced, or maybe even tomorrow, because I saw a lot of hands go up saying, hey, tomorrow I'll probably be there. If you are advanced or tomorrow, this is partner work, right? What you would do is, who has their speech pretty much memorized? Not 100%, pretty much memorized. Somebody give me their speech. Somebody give me their speech so we can show you what it looks like. Anything, whatever works for you. What we're gonna do is your partner is gonna read a random part of the speech, and then the person doing the speech is gonna continue it from there, right? And then you're gonna pick a different part of the speech, and they're gonna continue it. Basically, we're checking our partner. We're helping our partner figure out how well do you really know this speech. Do you have to say the ABCs the whole way? Or can I say M and you know N is next? Can I say R and you know S is next, right?
No. Yeah.
Yes, yes. R and then you know S is next. Let me see. Okay, ready? We're gonna practice. No pressure right now. Ready? Today I'm going to
Be showing you guys how to do makeup for a wedding.
then do baking powder.
This is so hilarious.
Try again. Then do baking powder on the sides of your nose and
On your cheekbone.
under your eyes. Okay, try again. Ready? Hold on. Then do eyelash, then do eyeshadow, then do
Eyebrow. Oh wait, no. I mean,
Yo, they know your speech more than you.
no, I don't know.
lip liner. See? And that's you just told me I haven't memorized. I'm good. Maybe you're not so good, and that's okay, right? If you think you have it down, this is a strategy you can do with a partner, right?
First part down.
If not, the same idea, you can read it with a partner, and you say your whole speech, and when you forget, they just tell you that one section, right? Then do lip liner, then do lip liner, and you keep going like that. You can use this time whatever works for you, right? I'm not gonna go and stare at you and say, I expect you to rehearse this way, I expect you to rehearse that way, right? Cool. Now I need y'all to help me with this right here. Rehearsal expectation. What the rehearsal space needs to look like, right? Let me see. Shakai, read the movement for me, please.
If necessary for rehearsal, students may remain seated, students may stand up, students may walk around, students may choose another space in the classroom to work.
So just here, what might it look like in this classroom? It might look like chaos, right? And if it is chaos, I have to be able to say it's fine if somebody comes in and say it looks crazy in here, right? And that only works is if everybody's doing what they need to be doing. They come in, it's cool, because they're gonna be like, I'm like, it's fine, and then they walk away, right? I've been doing this in this school for about 5 years. People pretty much at this point, they already know it can get crazy in this classroom. In their minds, they got it. In my mind, I got it, but I have to set you up, right? So people might be moving around. People might be trying to memorize their poem, look crazy like this. People might be standing at the wall doing this. Some people might be sitting down. Some people might be on their computer, right? Cool. Notice how it does not say sit on the desk.
Somebody's on the desk.
No, it doesn't say that, Lulu. It don't say that. But, Antonio, since you love volume so much, what does volume say?
I hate volume. If necessary for rehearsal, students may speak at a level between 2 and 3. Students may read silently.
Right? Again, it may be loud, it may not be. We gotta be okay with it, right? And this all leads to this last part, Jayla. Loud and proud, please. Participation.
All students are rehearsing in whatever way best suits them. All students are allowing one another to rehearse without judgment. All students are creating an atmosphere that allows everyone to be successful.
Now, why would I say rehearse without judgment?
Because you can't.
Hold on, you have a hand up. You started talking. It's confusing me. Yes.
Because like maybe some students are like stage fright, yeah, you just said,
Yep.
and like afraid to talk in front of a lot of people.
Cool. Yep.
Not only stage fright, some students are scared to talk in front of the crowd, period. So, like, if you like make it to them like, oh, you forgot this, it's like, nah, I don't want to do it at all.
Right. It's a little embarrassing. It's scary. It's embarrassing. You don't want to look like you messed up. You're like, oh, I had it, boo. Every time they look at me, we want to create a space where everybody feels safe to succeed, right? So volume, cool. Volume's cool. But if it's chaotic, where I don't think everybody can be successful, hey. If it's chaotic, where I don't think everybody can be successful, then maybe it's not. Maybe volume is not it. Maybe we do have to be silent. I don't know, right? You can stand, can't walk around. You can use the classroom, cool. But if we start pushing each other and doing something, chaotic, then maybe it's not a place where we can all succeed. I do have to sit down, Alexis.
Huh?
I need your eyes. Your computer's open, wide open. I do need to be able to stand here, and I'm gonna time students. So students trying to get the grades in. I'm also gonna be here with my sheet. Students trying to show me their movement plan. So that means I can't always have my eyes everywhere in the classroom. And if you make me have to have my eyes on the classroom because you're doing the nonsense, then you can't use this space in that way, right? Because I can't do both. I have to be able to trust you, right? I have to be able to take the feedback. If there's feedback, oh, it was crazy, you know what, they're fine, I'm gonna talk to them real quick, it's good. But if I have to stare at you, if I have to make sure you're doing the right thing at all times, then we can't use this space for that, right? Cool. On the bottom, there's reminders for you. This is going to be up here. Everything I showed you so far today is already on Google Classroom. Same documents available to you. The rubric's there for you if you want to see the movement plans. Rehearsal expectations are going to be on the board. At this point, today you are one, annotating a movement plan and showing me, and or rehearsing. Any questions?
No, sir.
No questions.